report.
At 0300 hours, a number of Universal Dynamics robots were lost in a typhoon. Chance of recovery is unlikely.
The Wild Robot فيلم مبني على سلسلة كتب أطفال شهيرة بنفس الاسم لبيتر براون، يخرجه كريس ساندرز لوحده لأول مرة. هو المرشح لجائزة الأوسكار عن فيلمه How to Train Your Dragon. هذه التجربة الأولى مع الأنيميشن لبعض النجوم، منهم بيدرو باسكال، كاثرين أوهيرا وبيلي ناي، وفي المقدمة بيتا نيونغو.
I've always had an inkling how much work goes into these kinds of experiences. It's no surprise, but I still am fascinated about how much goes into it from so many different levels, both technically and creatively and physically.
The design is a combination of things. It's almost kind of like the context or the kind of background is kind of impressionistic, but then the creatures are very, very defined, and it's a killer combination. It's a very, very cool look.
Chris is such a great director and so clear about what he wants and really funny. He's made my role much funnier than I was delivering it.
It is more dangerous for him than anyone else. But he has a chance. If where his wings end.
تدور القصة حول روبوتة ذكية تدعى روز، مصممة خصيصاً لمساعدة الناس. تجد نفسها بعد تحطم مركبتها في جزيرة لا يوجد فيها سوى الحيوانات المتوحشة، ومع محاولتها البقاء على قيد الحياة وسط ظروف قاسية، تنشأ علاقة قوية بينها وبين الحيوانات، حيث تهتم بصغير إوز يتيم وتصادق ثعلباً ماكراً.
The fox, apex predator, incredibly charming, foxy little guy, the bushy tail, and devious but incredibly loving. Nothing like myself.
One of the coolest things, I think, is that they shied away from giving Roz a human-like face. You know, so yes, she has limbs and that sort of thing, but her face is just two circles. And yet there's so much empathy we get from her as she evolves into a more empathetic, more individualized being.
You are defective. I feel fine. You should not feel anything at all.
Mom? No!
فيلم The Wild Robot يظهر عالماً مبهماً يتجلى في جمال الطبيعة، حيث يترك توقيت ومكان الأحداث غير محددين عمداً. هذا العالم يذكرنا بفيلم وول-إي، ويتواكب مع أعمال حديثة أخرى مثل فيلم Love Me. يبرز الفيلم الأجزاء الصغيرة من الإنسانية التي التقطتها الكائنات السبرانية من مبدعيها، أو لنقل لقاء التكنولوجيا بالطبيعة.
This is a story about belonging and how you seek it when you find yourself in a foreign world. And for Roz, she has to adapt to the environment by learning the languages of the animals and really picking up how to survive in this place. But in the process, she never lets go of her true essence, which is to be of help and to be kind. And while it seems to be a liability to the animals she encounters, who say kindness has no place in this wild world, we find that her kindness ends up being her superpower.
Sometimes to survive, we must become more than we were programmed to be.